Thank you very much and welcome to the School Edition. And without wasting time, let's look at the transition of a CBC from grade 9 junior school to grade 10 in senior school. So number 1, the government will categorize and convert the current secondary schools into pathways. This means that they will no longer be called secondary schools but instead will be known as senior schools. Furthermore, there will be no national schools, county schools, or extra county schools, but all will be called senior school. Now, how about the categorization into pathways? The government will categorize the school and identify it according to its pathway. For example, a school will be known for pursuing, let's say, STEM. Another school will be known for doing arts and sports science and some to take social science. However, some big schools with resources may be allowed to take 2 pathways, or even the 3 pathways. After categorization of the senior school, which will be done by the government, the second thing will be placement of learners to the pathways, which will be done using these 3 methods. Remember, these are the determiners that will be used to decide where and whether a learner will do STEM, arts and sports science, or social science. 1. Performance assessment. This includes all the exams the learner has been doing in school and marked by the teachers and the marks awarded to Kenya National Examination Council, KNEC. Assessments are very important because they help the government to identify a learner's competencies. Under performance, assessments are divided into 1. Formative assessment 2. Summative assessment. Formative assessments, which will be 40%. Now, what is formative assessment? Formative assessments are all the assessments done in school, marked by the teachers without even the supervision of police officers. Summative assessments, which will be 60%. Summative assessments is the one done at the end of grade 9, which is called KJSEA. That is Kenya Junior School Education Assessment. These assessments are very important and must be taken seriously by the learners because it's through them that the Ministry of Education will use to get a clue on the right pathway for the learner in senior school, that is, according to how the learner performed in different learning areas. Number 2. Kenya National Examination Council questionnaires for learners. You may not have a clue or an idea about this, but the truth is that learners will be given questionnaires. What are questionnaires? This is a series of written questions which for our case will be given to learners, and they'll be expected to answer them truthfully. The answers will help the government to know the learner's strength, personality, and the learner's abilities. For example, learners may be asked in those questionnaires, "What do you normally do or enjoy doing during your free time?" A learner may say drawing, playing football, exercising, writing poems, caring for animals, creating websites, etc. Such answers gives educators clues on which pathway to place a learner in reference to his interests, abilities, and what the learner enjoy doing. The third method and criteria is called special consideration for talents and skills. There will be schools for learners with special needs, such as learners who are physically challenged, mentally challenged, etc. There will also be schools for learners who are extremely talented or genius. These are learners who are gifted in various things or learning areas and even in sports. Such learners will be in a special schools. Career pathway tracks will be generated after these 3 considerations. The government has done its part on which school is going to do which pathway. The assessment has been done, and now we know where the learner's strength is. Through the questionnaires, we know whether he is extremely talented, or the learner is just an ordinary student who is now ready to take and pursue the pathway according to the above other factors. After knowing the career pathway, for the learner to be called to join a certain senior school, the following factors will be considered. 1. Availability of slots in senior schools. How will this affect the learner? Let's say your child did his exam here. CBC is about affordable access to education, unlike 8. 4.4, whereby a learner who scored 400 marks in Busia County is called to join a secondary school in Kiambu County. Such things really costed parents when it comes to traveling and attending the learner's academic clinics. For CBC, it will cut down the cost whereby wherever the learner will do his exams, the government will place the learner according to the available slots in the nearest senior school doing the pathway. The second consideration will be equality and inclusivity. This means that your child, regardless of the gender, tribe, or religion, is supposed to get an opportunity like any other Kenyan child. It is their basic right. So if your child comes from Kakamega County and the nearest senior school that offers STEM is in Nairobi County, then definitely the learner will join the senior school that is in Nairobi County. There will be no discrimination of any kind. The third and the last consideration is geographical location and regional balancing. The learner has an assessment number that identifies him or her as a learner from Seaya County. Why should he be taken to a senior school in Kwale County? The government will consider the location of the learner and place him or her in the nearest senior school. Remember, this is the proposed transition model. This is what we expect the government to do. After generating all this data, which will be stored in a computer, the placement will now be out. We expect that it may be sent as a message through the parent's contact or together with the KJSEA results. Don't worry yourselves. Parents, everything will be in order and your children will be placed in the right pathway. But in case your child is placed in a school that you feel like it will not really help your child maximize his or her potential, you will be allowed to transfer the learner after following the correct and the right procedure. Thank you very much for your time. Subscribe to this YouTube channel, like, and share the video. Don't also forget to comment and tell a friend to tell a friend about the School Edition. See you soon.